Let me start by sharing with you that I'm really proud that my family came here to the Albuquerque South Valley about 400 years ago, and another part of my family had been here for thousands of years before that. And I share that with you for a number of reasons. One is I like to tell people, when I went to school, they told us that the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. Well, if the Pilgrims had landed in New Mexico, they would have found a really comfortable bed, some really good beans, chili, and corn. And I believe it's about truth. What's the truth here? And for people that look like me, we would love to see ourselves in our curriculum. We would love to see ourselves in the people that teach us. So I think that's a really an important point for people of color, is that we need to be part of not only the conversation, but we need to be part of the solution. I also share those things with you because I think that the challenges that we all face in public education. I just retired after a 39-year career in public education, so I'm not someone here who is against public education. But every year in the Albuquerque schools, we lose a third of the students who start ninth grade by the time they get to be seniors. And we don't talk about those 1/3 of the students that we lose. You know what? We do talk about them. We talk about them when our county's talking about our jail that's overflowing with people of color and poor people. We talk about them when we talk about health care and the fact that so many folks don't have health care. We talk about them in those venues, but we don't talk about them at the school venue, where I believe we could make the bigger difference early on. So I believe it's important for us as community-based organizations to be advocates for that kind of voice. And sometimes being an advocate means you find a lot of doors that get closed in front of you as you come into school systems. I know, because I was on the other side of the doors at times, holding it closed so that folks couldn't get in. But now that I'm on the outside trying to get in, I see that the need for schools to open up to other organizations is really critical to meeting the needs of the students while they're in school, the needs of their families. That's what we do at Youth Development Incorporated. We try to take on the whole family. So if a young person gets referred to us, we know that if we support that young person but don't help their family, they probably will end up in the same place that they started. So we believe strongly that is a different approach, working with the family. And folks, that is not the mission of schools. Yes, schools want to engage families in their child's education, but a family who comes with the stress of poverty, it's not the school's responsibility to fix that. It's the community's responsibility to work on that. And community-based organizations can help in that if we get invited to the table, if resources are provided so that we can do that kind of work. Schools try to do a lot of that work and put a lot of resources into it, and quite frankly, don't do it very well because, again, that's not their mission, because there's a lot of rules in organizations, and every time you go to do something, somebody has a rule, And we don't have the same rules in nonprofits and in community-based organizations, so we can do things that others can't. So coming together is the answer. We've heard it. We all have to work together. There is no way that schools can address these issues of poverty without community and community-based organizations. That's what we try to do. That's what we will continue to try and do. And I believe that community schools is the place that we will be able to see those doors open for all of us so that we can all be at the same table